A shocking crime you won't believe. And the truth is even darker than you think. Stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing stories. Clapperboard, let's dive in. It started with a single call. Emily Carter, a retired schoolteacher from the quiet town of Blue Ridge, Georgia, woke up to a routine morning. Coffee brewing, the sun barely peeking over the Appalachian foothills. But when she checked her bank account, her life changed forever. Her balance, once holding her life savings of $243,000, was gone. Every last cent. Her heart pounded as she frantically dialed her bank. "There must be some mistake," she stammered. But the bank representative's words sent ice through her veins. "Ms. Carter, the funds were transferred yesterday by you." Emily had never authorized such a transfer. Someone had stolen her identity and her entire life savings. Blue Ridge was the kind of town where doors were left unlocked and everyone knew each other. News of Emily's financial ruin spread like wildfire, shaking the community to its core. Who could do such a thing? The local sheriff, Tom Wilkes, had never handled a case quite like this. His usual workload consisted of petty theft and occasional bar fight. But identity theft? This was something sinister, something invasive. Sheriff Wilkes called in Special Agent Claire Rains from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. If anyone could untangle this mess, it was her. Emily, meanwhile, was overcome with anxiety. She began receiving strange calls, automated messages demanding payments for accounts she'd never opened. Letters arrived, some thanking her for applying for credit cards, others confirming purchases she had never made. She was losing control of her life, one fraudulent action at a time. Agent Rains started by tracing the fraudulent transactions. The money had been funneled through multiple accounts, bouncing from offshore banks to cryptocurrency exchanges, making it nearly untraceable. The only lead? A grainy security footage clip from an ATM withdrawal in Atlanta. A man in a baseball cap and sunglasses withdrew $1,000 from Emily's account, but his face was obscured. Meanwhile, Emily noticed something odd. Credit card applications arriving in the mail, ones she had never applied for. Someone wasn't just stealing her money. They were becoming her. Rains and Wilkes interviewed bank employees, tracing the earliest suspicious transactions to an online loan request. The IP address linked to a public Wi-Fi hotspot in Atlanta, commonly used by transients and cybercriminals. Then came a major break. A gas station surveillance tape from the night before the transfer showed a woman using a card in Emily's name. She had blonde hair, a distinctive butterfly tattoo on her wrist, and drove a silver sedan. The car was traced to a rental agency, where an ID was used belonging to a Rebecca Lawson. But Rebecca Lawson didn't exist. The identity was as fabricated as the fraudulent transactions. Further investigation led them to a series of online marketplaces where stolen identities were bought and sold. Rains posed as a buyer, infiltrating a dark web forum where cybercriminals exchanged social security numbers, bank details, and personal data for a price. It was a sophisticated operation. The deeper Rains dug, the clearer the picture became. The perpetrator wasn't just an identity thief. She was a chameleon. She had assumed multiple identities over the years, targeting elderly victims, draining their accounts, and vanishing before anyone could catch her. But this time, she made a mistake. The butterfly tattoo. A former bank employee remembered a woman with that tattoo who had worked briefly as a teller 3 years ago. Her real name? Vanessa Drake, and she had a long history of fraud. Drake had been on the FBI's watch list for years, but she was always a step ahead, slipping through jurisdictions and using new identities to avoid capture. With Emily's case, though, authorities had something different. A fresh lead and a paper trail. Rains and Wilkes devised a plan. They created a fake identity, pretending to be an elderly widow with a substantial fortune. Using undercover agents and monitored accounts, they baited Vanessa into making a move. It took weeks of patience, but she finally took the bait. Posing as a financial consultant, she contacted the fake widow through a fraudulent investment firm. The moment she attempted to transfer the funds, law enforcement moved in. The arrest was dramatic. Vanessa tried to flee, leading police on a high-speed chase through downtown Miami before crashing her rented sedan into a barrier. Vanessa was finally tracked to a luxury condo in Miami. When authorities raided her residence, they found stacks of fake IDs, burner phones, and financial documents belonging to over 50 victims. Emily's case was just one of many. Vanessa was charged with multiple counts of fraud, identity theft, and grand larceny. She pleaded guilty in exchange for a reduced sentence, revealing the vast network of financial crime rings she had worked with. Emily never recovered all her savings, but thanks to community fundraising and legal restitution, she managed to regain some financial stability. More importantly, her case brought awareness to the rising danger of digital fraud. Blue Ridge would never be the same again. The case that shook the town became a cautionary tale, one that reminded everyone just how easily a life could disappear overnight. The story didn't end there. Investigators continued uncovering links between Vanessa's network and global cybercrime organizations. What started as one woman's nightmare turned into a much larger takedown of a digital crime syndicate. For Emily, justice was bittersweet. She rebuilt her life, but the scars of the experience remained. Every time she checked her bank statement, she couldn't help but feel a twinge of fear. And somewhere out there, in the darkest corners of the internet, another criminal was waiting for their next victim. Belle, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more crazy crime stories, make sure to hit that like button. Speech balloon, drop a comment below with your thoughts. What crime shocked you the most? Police Scarlight, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. More insane stories are coming your way. Follow us for more, and check out our next video here, backhand index pointing right. I stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.